The last step in making any molding project magic is the paint and the color that makes it all come together and come alive. I'm Mark Clement, and I'm going to show you some tips I use for installing and painting and finishing True Choice molding so it looks beautiful and lasts for years to come. First step for me in paint prep is using a good high quality caulk I can use to cover any seams and undulations in the drywall or plaster. I cut a nice even tip off of here and apply with even pressure down any seam. Now, that's easy enough, but a lot of times I see people do this and then do this. And that's just not where it goes. The bead doesn't lay down flat and you got caulk all over yourself. Forget about it. My key, small bucket, a little water, and a grout sponge. All I do is wet my fingers, come back to the molding, and wipe it down. It's easy, and then this doesn't go here, it goes here. Next step, after I go all the way around the room with the caulk, is to fill the nail holes. Spackle, wood filler, any number of things work well. A 1-inch putty knife is my favorite tool for putting in putty because I can apply it and then scrape it off. If you use your finger, 1, it's messy, 2, it indents the hole. The flat edge of the blade gives me nice, smooth coverage. I'll wait for all this to dry, then I'm ready to paint. Last step before we get color on the walls and paint on the molding is smoothing down the nail hole filler, putty or spackle or whatever you call it. And while most people tend to get a sanding block or sandpaper and sand it smooth, that's a lot of work. And True Choice molding that we've installed here does have a double coat of primer, which is great when it comes to paint, and it's terrific if you want to sand that, but you're working too hard. What I do instead is a quick short circuit. I get a rag, I get a little water, and all I do is wipe the putty and spackle down smooth. While True Choice molding comes in pre-primed like we're working on here, it also comes raw so you can do a stain grade project. For our paint project, we're almost done. We've wiped down the nail holes, everything is going to be dry, and the next step is to paint. Now there's a debate in the pro and DIY sort of areas. Which one do you do first? Do you cut the walls into the trim or the trim into the walls? It's a preference-based thing. The key is that you have a plan and you follow it. No matter how you paint, molding first or walls first, I use a technique I call dip and dab. This loads the brush nicely and it keeps it from dripping on the floor. So in this case, we're going to paint the molding first. Having painted the walls already, we'll cut the molding into the walls and ceiling. Using nice long strokes, and once the brush is unloaded, reload it and start again. There's no point in just moving paint around. Hope you found these tips helpful for your next trim project. I'm Mark Clement. Thanks for watching. Arauco stands by their products, which is why the True Choice name is stamped on the back of every piece of molding. For more information or to locate a distributor, visit truechoicemolding.com.